Today's top stories. A pre-Christmas tragedy. Over 200 people die as a sudden tsunami strikes Indonesia. The AFP urges the public to keep themselves safe as the CPP-NPA-NDF celebrates its 50th anniversary. The Supreme Court calls for a speedy investigation in the killing of Ako Bicol Party List Representative Rodel Batocabe. And a lights and sound show in Laguna brings Disney music closer to home.
Good day, I'm Pia Rosas Morato.
And I'm William Theo. Welcome to the PNA Newsroom. Tragedy struck Indonesia on Saturday as a tsunami caused by a volcanic eruption left hundreds dead.
Authorities warn of another tsunami due to continuous volcanic activity. More on this from Rom Dulfo.
A tragedy just days before Christmas. A tsunami struck the coastlines of Lampung and Banten in Indonesia on Saturday. Indonesia's National Disaster Mitigation Agency says at least 222 people were killed in the sudden onslaught. Hundreds more were injured and more than 24 were reported missing. Over 500 houses were also destroyed, along with 9 hotels, 60 restaurants, and 350 boats. Authorities say the tsunami is thought to have been caused by underwater landslides following the volcanic eruption of Mount Krakatoa. Meanwhile, the Foreign Affairs Department said no Filipino has so far been affected by the volcano-triggered tsunami. The Philippine Embassy in Jakarta was also able to communicate with a member of the Filipino community in Banten who said that the tide did not hit their area. The DFA expressed condolences and offered sympathies to bereaved families of the victims. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Rom Dulfo.
President Rodrigo Duterte greeted his troops and their families for their sacrifices for the country ahead of Christmas. The president recognized the AFP for their efforts in combating communist insurgency in Mindanao. He assured them that the government will continue to pursue the modernization program and look after slain soldiers' families. At the same time, the president urges the military to destroy communist rebels as he insists on his refusal to their 5-day holiday ceasefire declaration. He said eliminating all members of the New People's Army, including its legal fronts, was the only way to achieve law and order in the country.
AFP Chief of Staff Lieutenant General Benjamin Madrigal reminds all military personnel to keep themselves and their families safe this Yuletide season. Madrigal also urged all military and civilian personnel to contribute to the AFP's transformation roadmap. He also encourages them to work together and practice a culture of leadership, unity, and peace.
The House of Representatives Electoral Tribunal urges authorities to go after the killers of Ako Bicol Party List Representative Rodel Batocabe. Associate Justice Diosdado Peralta has joined lawmakers in condemning the killing of Batocabe. He says those responsible should be apprehended soon to show to the public that crime never pays. He says this will also stop people from sowing violence, especially during election time. Batocabe was shot dead along with his police escort SPO1 Orlando Diaz by 2 unidentified men last Saturday while attending a gift-giving event in Barangay P. Burgos, Daraga, Albay. Batocabe was running for mayor of Daraga. Still to come, the AFP urges the public to keep themselves safe as the CPP-NPA-NDF celebrates its 50th anniversary. The NCRPO declares the 9-day Simbang Gabi in Metro Manila to be crime-free. More on these when the PNA Newsroom continues.
To my countrymen, my sincerest and most heartfelt greetings to all Filipinos, both here and abroad, as we celebrate Christmas. Once again, it is the time of the year when we gather our families and friends to celebrate the Nativity of Jesus. Shares life many blessings and demonstrate our love and gratitude for each other. As we take part in this joyous occasion, may we contemplate on the wealth of the lessons that we can learn from the narrative of Christ's birth. Let the ideals of compassion, kindness, and reconciliation guide us as we embrace our countrymen in the spirit of shared humanity. Together, let us bring hope and peace in our nation this Yuletide season, and we welcome the coming year with much hope and optimism. I wish everyone a happy and meaningful Christmas.
The Armed Forces of the Philippines advises the public to keep themselves safe and remain vigilant against possible attacks by the New People's Army. The communist rebels are poised to celebrate their 50th founding anniversary on December 26. Public Affairs Chief Noel de Toyato says the Communist Party of the Philippines founder Jose Maria Sison ordered the rebels to escalate attacks this Christmas while declaring a unilateral ceasefire. Their anniversary will be heightened with atrocities which manifest their nature as a terror group. Meanwhile, government troops will continue to monitor and conduct security operations against the CPP, NPA, and NDF. The military, however, is prepared to communicate with rebels who are seeking to return to their families and the mainstream society.
NCRPO Chief Guillermo Eleazar says no significant untoward incidents were reported throughout the dawn mass from December 16 to 24. Eleazar ordered the NCRPO's district directors to tighten security around churches and residential areas to protect churchgoers and thwart burglars. There has already been deployed over 7,000 police officers in public areas such as transport hubs. He also ordered all policemen to remain visible on Christmas and New Year's Day revelries.
The World Bank expects the Philippines to remain one of the fastest growing economies in East Asia and the Pacific region. This even after it slightly revised downward its projection on the country's growth rate for the next 2 years from 6.4% in 2018 and 6.5% in 2019. The World Bank says a consistent delivery of the infrastructure investment agenda, along with sustaining improvements in health, education, and social protection will be key to maintaining robust and inclusive growth. The World Bank also cited the midterm election in May, which is expected to strengthen consumption by temporarily raising employment and disposable incomes.
Ilocos Norte has hosted its 23rd Partuati Kailoquan Trade Fair to promote unique and quality products from exhibitors in the Ilocos region. The trade fair showcases the unique craftsmanship and ingenuity of Ilocanos. Genuine quality products on sale include wood furnitures, processed food products, Abel Iluco, ornamental plants, handicrafts, and souvenir items. Some of the modules offered include topics on marketing, financial management, human resource management, operations management, among others.
In Cagayan de Oro City, authorities report that they arrested a total of 674 persons for involvement in illegal drugs from January to November 30 this year. Senior Superintendent Nelson Aganon, Cagayan de Oro Police Office Director, says nearly 600 were classified as drug pushers and the rest are drug dependents. Aganon said Shabu remains the top illegal drug confiscated by the police. Barangay Carmen, which is the city's most populous village, had the most number of illegal drug activities, followed by Puerto and Bugo. Up next, the Ateneo de Manila University orders the dismissal of the high school student caught bullying a classmate in a viral video. Disney characters come to life in Nuvali's Festival of Lights. The PNA Newsroom returns after these reminders.
the News and Information Bureau assures me that there is press freedom in this country.
Mula po sa National Freedom of Information Project Management Office ng Presidential Communications Operations Office o PCOO, nais naming batiin ang mga kaibigan natin dyan sa Philippine News Agency at sa lahat ng mga kababayan natin sa Pilipinas ng isang maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon.
Maligayang Pasko po sa ating mga kababayan dito po sa ating bansa and of course sa mga OFWs po natin na nasa ibang bansa. Salamat po sa inyong suporta po. Dahil po sa inyo, kaya po kami ay nabibigyan nyo po ng inspirasyon para po ipagpatuloy at pagandahin ang aming serbisyo po. Maligayang Pasko po at ipagpatuloy po natin na pagandahin ang state media.
Magandang araw mga kababayan. Ako po ang inyong Chief Presidential Legal Counsel at Presidential Spokesperson na bumabati sa inyo ng maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon. Ang Pasko, ang pagdiriwang sa isang Pasko ay hindi nabubuo at mabubuo hanggat tayong lahat sa isang pamilya ay nagkakasalo-salo at nagkakaisa upang pagsaluhan natin ang mga ibinigay sa ating karangyaan at kasama na rin ang pagbibigay sa ating mga sarili ng pagtanggap sa anumang ibinigay sa atin ng may kapal. At sa pagdiwang naman natin ng bagong taon, pagdasal po natin na haharapin natin ang magandang kinabukasan. Sa tulong ng Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte, tayo po umaasa na magkakaroon ng bagong pasimula, malaking pagbabago, at magkakaroon ng kasaganahan, kapayapaan sa ating lahat dito sa ating bayan. Maligayang Paskong muli at manigong bagong taon sa ating lahat.
The Ateneo de Manila University has ordered the dismissal of a junior high school student caught on a viral video beating up a fellow student in the school's restroom. In a statement, Ateneo President Jose Ramon Villarin said the penalty forbids the concerned student from returning to the university. Villarin stressed that Ateneo has a clear stand against bullying, which is detailed in their student handbook. Education Undersecretary Annalyn Sevilla said they are working on their statement about Ateneo's decision on the case.
The Presidential Task Force on Media Security seeks closer coordination with the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, or UNESCO, beginning next year. Communications Chief Martin Andanar says the government has been communicating with UNESCO's journalism group partners to protect journalists and reporters without borders. They will report particularly on what the Duterte administration has been doing to end impunity for crimes against journalists in the country.
5 games have been named to headline the first ever esports event of the Southeast Asian Games. Defense of the Asians 2 is expected to be the main attraction of the esports tournament, where a total of 6 gold medals can be won. Also making the cut is Tekken 7, StarCraft 2, and mobile games, Mobile Legends and Arena of Valor. The shortlist was decided on by Razer, the main sponsor of the SEA Games esports event, and the Philippine SEA Games Organizing Committee. Meanwhile, Razer and Fisgok are still deliberating on whether to include console game NBA 2K.
Looking for a spectacular light and sound show this holiday season?
You don't have to brave the heavy traffic in Metro Manila, as this light show in Laguna brings Disney music closer to home. Here is our report.
It's a magical holiday to remember. About 50 kilometers south of Manila, a huge Mickey Mouse with light installation in the middle of a magical field welcomes visitors and mall goers. This field in Ayala Nuvali in Santa Rosa, Laguna is swarmed with some 5,000 tulip lights changing color to festive music, dancing to the tune of some of the most famous Disney songs in the past decades. A huge Mickey Mouse and Christmas medleys including Frozen, all that and more. Ayala's biggest ecotourism estate, Nuvali, has teamed up with Walt Disney Company Philippines for the Light and Sound Show. Entitled Reimagine the Magic, a festival of lights, the sound spectacle also features a Nahaw-inspired installations this year. The show runs every 30 minutes from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. daily until January 13, 2019. For the PNA Newsroom, I'm Rom Dulfo.
Let's now check out the weather forecast for Metro Manila and the rest of the country. Here's another look at today's top stories.
A pre-Christmas tragedy. Over 200 people die as a sudden tsunami strikes Indonesia. The AFP urges the public to keep themselves safe as the CPP-NPA-NDF celebrates its 50th anniversary. The Supreme Court calls for a speedy investigation in the killing of Ako Bicol Party List Representative Rodel Batocabe. And a lights and sound show in Laguna brings Disney music closer to home.
Thank you for watching another edition of the PNA Newsroom. A few more hours from now and we're celebrating Christmas Day. Please continue to join us as we bring you the hottest news through the holiday season.
To check out these and other stories, visit the PNA website or follow the Philippine News Agency on Facebook and Twitter. For more stories about the government and how it serves the Filipinos, look for these hashtags in all of our social media platforms and websites. And Pia, I'm kind of used to saying it's 4 days before Christmas, it's 9 days before Christmas, but it's done. It's
here.
Christmas, yes, and then
Time flies.
I miss those counting of days.
I did too. We're so busy. We
Yes.
have no holiday.
And this year went by very fast. So if I may ask you before the year ends, Christmas has always been associated with gift giving and stuff like that. How do you feel about Christmas?
You're asking me this
yes.
now, and I just told you earlier I've been such a delinquent. I'm sorry, but we've been so busy, so I'm just still trying to complete everything. But yes, it's not just about gift giving, but I think all of us, especially Filipinos, love to be together, and that's what we enjoy the most. It's each other's company.
Right. So last Christmas I gave you my heart, and this Christmas I'm giving you my heart again. So it's something like that now. No, but what I mean is more than just gifts, more than just something tangible and material. I mean, we should give a little bit of ourselves to the needy people.
Wow, that's deep.
Diba?
Okay, but it's true.
Somehow, because I mean, it'll become a memory that will last a lifetime. Plus, you will make a difference in somebody's life for the long haul.
I agree. That's a good one, Will.
Okay.
So I'm Pia Rosas Marato, and from all of us at the Philippine News Agency, together with my partner William Theo,
Merry Christmas!